Back to the beginner's pack 1.0. So in this video we'll talk about the taskbar area. So the taskbar area is an area where you actually pin applications, where you can view opened applications. So any application that is currently opened and you're making use of it can be viewed here. You can see it down here. So at the moment my file explorer is opened, so it is being displayed here, and you can also pin down applications here so that it will be easy for you to access anytime and any day. So that's why you can see so many applications here and they are not actually opened, they are just here. So if you want to know when an application is opened, when you look at the application, you will notice a border underneath the icon, like a light border there. You'll find the same thing here on this recording software I'm using. It's down here and it's also down here. So that's how you know an application that is open. So the other thing I would like to explain is that the taskbar area starts from here, this start menu icon, and it ends here. It ends in this area. So the whole of this place is the taskbar area. So we would actually now go to the taskbar settings, and the way we access the taskbar settings is by bringing your mouse here in the taskbar area, and then you right click, and then you left click on this taskbar settings. When you click on it, it will actually bring up a window where you can do your customizations. So the first thing we'll actually work with is the automatically hide the taskbar in desktop mode. So when I toggle it, you notice that the taskbar has actually disappeared, but it was actually hidden. So the benefit of the taskbar being hidden is that you have enough room to work with and people cannot actually see the applications that are opened on your computer. So if you want to access it back, you bring your mouse down towards the taskbar area and then it will actually be on hidden, so you have access to the taskbar again. But when you take your mouse off the area, it goes back hidden, and you have to do that whenever you want to access anything here. So but I prefer the other way around, which is being active all the time. You might want to choose the automatically hide the taskbar in desktop mode, so that was why I actually showed it to you. It might be of great use to you as well. So the next one is use small taskbar icons or buttons. So at the moment I don't have so many items here, so there's enough room for me, so I would not want to toggle on the small taskbar buttons. So the benefit of it is that when you have so many icons here, or when your taskbar icons are large enough or larger than mine, you will not have enough room here to actually view all applications that are opened. So what you need to do is you just have to toggle on this use small taskbar buttons, and you notice that the buttons are now tiny and smaller than it was before, so with this option activated, you have enough room to open or add more applications or pin down applications here in the taskbar area. So that feature is also available for you. So but I'll actually turn it off and go back to default, and then let's talk about the taskbar location on the screen. So at the moment it is located at the bottom area of the screen, so it can be changed from this area to the top, left or right, and that can be done by clicking on this drop down icon, this drop down menu, and then you choose, let's choose top. You notice that it has been moved to the top area, and then let's go for left and right. So this is how you actually move the taskbar area, and then it can be moved from left, right, top and bottom. So I'll go back to the default because I prefer the default location. So that's it for the taskbar. Or before we end, let me talk about this area here. So this area actually will be better off being practical. Let me just click on when taskbar is full. So you'll notice that when I selected that, all the names of each of the application is now written beside the icons, and you might also want these options anyways, but if it actually takes up more space here in the taskbar area than the previous one, So I prefer the previous one because when I want to check the name of the application, I'll just bring my mouse to it and then right click to view the name of the application. Sometimes it should actually display the name when you hover for long. When you hover on it, it should display the name as well. So I prefer this option, which is just the icons. But if you would like to also see the names of some of the applications when they are opened, then you can actually select this second option. So I'll go back to the default and then I will close the taskbar setting area. So it has been closed. So the next thing we want to talk about is how to pin an application. So you can see I have VLC here and it is being pinned down to this place. So when I want to open it, I just click once and then it will actually open up for me. So I don't have to go to the start and start scrolling down to wherever the VLC is being located. I can't even find it. Yeah, so I actually don't need to scroll down and start searching for it and clicking. You see how hard it was for me. So but when I have it pinned here, it will be easier for me to access by just clicking and then opening the application. So what I do is that I pin down most of the applications I use often here. So if I use an application more often, I will just pin it down here, so I'll have easy access to it whenever I need it. So you might want to pin down an application here, and the best way to actually do it is by opening the application. Let me unpin the VLC right now. So it has been moved out of this place. So the best way to pin an application is when the application is open. So I'll just search for VLC, open it, and then when it is opened, I'll actually right click here on the VLC icon in the taskbar area. When you right click, you'll be given these options. So you can click on pin or close, but we're actually trying to pin the application here, so it will be here whenever we need it. So I'll click on pin to taskbar, and the way you unpin as well is you still right click and then you click on pin from taskbar. So it has been pinned here, so when I close it, it still remains here, so I can easily click and open the application whenever I want. And the way we move it around is by when you left click, you hold and move horizontally, either left or right. So you can move left or you can move right to reposition where the pinned item is. So I want it to be pinned here, so I'll bring it back here and then release. So that's how you actually pin an item and move the items within the taskbar area. So the next thing we want to talk about is the network area. So the network area is this icon right here. So it might not be here, maybe you mistakenly moved it into this place, which is this arrow up icon here. So you notice that it is no longer here. So in order to bring it back here or access your network, you click on this icon and then you find some applications here as well. So we'll talk about this area later in the tutorial. So we'll bring it back here by dragging and bringing it to this area and then release. So we'll talk about the network. So when I click here by left clicking, you would actually bring up the network windows. So what the network windows does is that you'll be able to connect to internet and browse online. And we have three options here. This Wi-Fi option is actually active at the moment. So if I click to turn it off, you'll notice that it is no longer active. It is now grayed out. So if you want it to be active, you just click and then you notice that the background color is now blue, and then you have options of available networks within your vicinity. So I can actually turn off the network using the airplane mode, and then everything will actually go off. So your Bluetooth and every other things that are connected will go off. So I'll disable it and then I have access to network again. So let me connect to an internet, and I just turned on my internet. So I already have the password saved. I'll just let's try and connect to an unknown network. Let's see how it works. So I clicked on connect, and then it's asking for the network security key, which is the password. So I actually don't have the password for this network. So when I click on next, it will try and connect, but it would not be successful. So it is checking for network requirements and other things that it wants to do, but it won't connect because the password is not correct. So, well, there's no need waiting for it. I'll just cancel and go back to my other network. So this is the network which I actually have been using. So you'll notice that it connected automatically, and the reason is because I set it on automatic connection. So let me disconnect it, and then you notice that connect automatically is not selected. So it doesn't connect automatically when you've not selected or activated this. So in order for it to connect automatically, you just click here, and then it will just even connect automatically, so it doesn't actually waste time. And then you can click here to view the properties of the network. So it is a public connection because you can see it's showing what you've already selected. Connect automatically when the range is active. Set as metered network. So the set metered network connection option is currently activated, because if it is unmetered, other applications that are set to automatic downloads or other software updates on your computer will actually download automatically. So it can consume all your data while you have this deactivated. So I advise you have it activated if you don't have enough data to actually make use of. So that's how it works, and these are other informations of the internet. You might make research about it and know how it works. So I'll close this window for now, and then we'll go to the battery button. So this battery, when you click on it, you see options here. You see that the battery is 95% charged or charging, and here you can actually activate your battery saver. So let me unplug my laptop, and then you notice that it went to battery saver automatically. So by default yours might be here. So if you want the battery saver to be activated, you just have to drag this slider down here, and then you would see this little icon here that indicates battery saver on. So it will actually minimize the rate at which your battery is being consumed depending on what you're doing. So when I unplugged it, it is now showing me the amount of time remaining for the battery. So my battery isn't that strong enough, so it is something you put into consideration when unplugged.